What is up, everyone? It is DJ Martini Midwest Reviews coming at you with another video for my channel. Today I have a really good one. I have the Isinwheel U5 e-bike. It's a really good value, great for the summer, great for anything around your neighborhood. So we're going to get into this bike and more today on DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. So if you've never tuned into my channel, just know I love to do reviews. I just like to get all the information so you don't have to, give it to you as easy as possible, and then leave some links in case you're interested in some of the products that we talk about. So thank you so much for tuning in. It's DJ Martini Midwest Reviews. Please like, subscribe, share, join the Martini Nation. Let's hit 5,000 subscribers this year. That would be awesome. That would be a great start to me getting to do YouTube all the time for you guys. So thank you so much. Let's keep going and let's just jump into this bike right away. So we're talking about the Isinwheel bike. It is a great value. I did pick mine off of Walmart because it was actually on sale for $4.99 with shipping too. So it was pretty inexpensive, but now they are up compared to when I bought this about a month ago, and now they are up to $5.69 on Walmart. So that's kind of a little bit more expensive, but that I believe includes shipping. On Amazon, they're $4.39, but it's $100 shipping. So they're about $30, $20 cheaper on Amazon right now. So it says $4.39, but if you look, they charge you $100 for shipping plus taxes. So they're going to be actually kind of comparable, probably. Might save you a couple dollars on Amazon compared to Walmart right now, but they're both on there. So they do come in a couple different colors. They come in white. They say gold, but it's more of a tan or even like a desert kind of color. And they also come in black. I really wanted to pick up the tan one, but at the time it was more expensive just for the color, and so I went with the white, and I'm glad I did because I do like the white bike, black on white. It looks pretty good. So we went through the price. Let's go through some of the specs here. They do have a 45-mile range. I would put that very, very close. I haven't quite taken it 45 miles, but we've gone about 10 miles, and I've been keeping an eye on the battery, and the battery stays pretty well charged. I've only charged it 2 times, and like I said, when I use electronical items, especially e-bikes or anything with a battery like this, I always love to, the first thing you do is don't ride it, charge it right away, make sure it gets a full charge, then use it, and then instantly charge it again. And you want to make sure you do that a couple times just to cycle that battery and make sure that it's getting the correct charges. And then after that, like I said, I have had no issues with using the bike a lot. Just around my neighborhood, probably do 5 miles every time I ride it, and the battery has barely been going down to the bars, which we'll show you later on the LCD display. It does have an LCD display on top here. Like I said, I'd say 45-mile range, no problem. 20-inch tires, so it is more of like a BMX bike type setup. It does fold really easy for storage. We're going to show you some of that a little bit later. It does have a 500-watt motor, which is really good. And on the upper side to most bikes, usually they have a 300 to 350-watt motor. This one has the 500-watt motor, which is pretty cool. 48-volt battery is what they are shipping some of these with, but mine happened to have a 54-volt battery, and every time I fire it up, it has about 52.9 volts on the meter. So it does have a better battery depending on which one you get. I don't know if they're all shipping out with the bigger size batteries, but on the actual specs it says a 48-volt battery. The bike only weighs 48 pounds. It's pretty light, pretty easy to transport, take around. We'll show you how it can move and adjust in a minute. And then I just wanted to say that it does have a 264-pound weight limit, which is pretty up there with that 500-watt motor. I weigh about 185 pounds, and this has no problem zooming me all around my neighborhood. So pretty cool bike from that point. It does have a 36.6-inch seat height, so you can get the seat pretty high up there, and it is effective for adults. So I'm 6 foot, and I can easily ride this comfortably with no problem. The seat that it does come with is pretty nice, and we're going to show you all the accessories here in just a second. But I did pick up a different seat. So this is a aftermarket seat from Amazon, which I'll talk about here in a minute. And then I also did put some front pegs on it, which it does have a 14mm rear axle. So you'd have to do some customization to get some rear pegs on it, but I am looking into that. And if I find it, I'll let you guys know. Other than that, let's go ahead and we went over price. We're going to go ahead and take you around the bike, show you some of the accessories that it did come with, and get all into that. Got my cameraman here, and he's going to be able to assist me with showing you all the stuff. So I just want to point out here the box right here. So this is the box that you're going to be getting. If my cameraman can zoom out and show you how big this box is. There we go. You can see it's a pretty big size box, so just know that this is what you're going to get delivered to your door. So then we go into our accessories over here, and we have a little accessory bag right here that you'll get, a little tool kit, and it does have your basic Allen wrenches and some wrenches, a screwdriver that you can switch either or, Phillips or normal, and so that's what you'll get there. Also, you get some instructions and some other little product display from Isinwheel. This is the original seat, and I just wanted to show you the original seat. What you'll get, it is actually a pretty padded seat, so it is pretty nice, but I did opt for something a little bit different, so we'll show you that in a minute. Here's the charger. I just want to show you that this is a 54.6 volt at 2 amps, and it has it says 109.2 watts, and it is charged. It does have a little light on the bottom here that will light to show you when it's charging. It'll be red, and when it's charged it will be green, and those are the outlets for it. Mine did come with a helmet, which is pretty cool. Some people's won't, so I'll just put that out there, but this was a $20 value for free, and it came with a free little helmet here. Not bad little helmet. And then it also came with a air pump. It's a pretty cheap, inexpensive pump, but it does work, so cool, and it's a freebie as well. All right, then we go to the bike over here. Here is the bike, and you can see, I think it's really cool. You can see I'm 6 foot, and like I said, I can raise this seat pretty high. We'll show you how to do that in a second. We'll also show you how to make this bike collapse and be able to go for storage, that type of thing. But we'll show you some of the features it does have. It does have your kickstand, pedals. It does have a rear little blinking light. We'll show you that here in a minute. It does have your 500 watt motor, which is in the back, your disc brakes. It does have pedals, and the pedals do collapse by just pushing them in, and you can see that they will collapse to make, you know, getting into cars and stuff a little bit easier. I don't know what this is. I think this is just a protector for the actual spindle here for your gears, or it might make it sit easier when it's folded. I'm not sure, but be careful with this when if you're going over curbs or anything, because you don't want to get this caught on anything. Front brakes as well, they work okay. We'll talk about that here in a second. It doesn't come with pegs. I put these on here, so just know that. And on the front, it is a 3.8mm axle on this, but on the back it is a 14mm axle, so it is a lot bigger axles on there. So if you wanted to get pegs for the rear, you're going to have them special 14mm, and you will need to do some altering to get them on here, because it's not really made for that. So just something to point out there. I want to show real quick. So you do have a seat release. It works really easy, and it's really fast. So that's a seat release. You can collapse this bike, like I said, and it has some handles, and I'm going to flip this around so you can see that. It does have the headlight in the front. All your cables are nicely together, and they look really nice. It does have pretty good brakes. It does have a bell, and like I said, this will collapse down. It has a little knob here. Can you see that? A little knob, and then you do have to apply a little force here, and then your whole will collapse down for you to be able to, you know, like I said, easily put it in a car. And then also, let me flip this around for you. You can see same thing on this side. Your pedals will collapse. You have your gears and everything. It doesn't actually have more than one gear, but you can see how they have it set up a little bit different here. This bike does fold. So like I said, it has a little button here. So it does have a release, and then once you get that out, this bike will fold. So let me put these pedals in real quick. and then the whole bike will fold. But once you have this out, there we go. And you can see this bike will fold. Oh, and that is what that piece is on the bottom for. You can see this metal piece. Show that white piece right there. Yeah, see how it's holding the bike on the bottom? Now it will completely fold perfectly, but like I said, I kind of altered mine with the pegs. But you can see how easy this could fold into a car or trunk, especially if you also fold in the handlebars. So you can see how easily that would go into the trunk of a car or a truck or a pickup. So it does fold down nicely, and it would fold a little bit more closer in here. But like I said, I do have the pegs on there. So kind of have to be careful of that. To put it together, like I said, pretty simple. I'm going to just bring that back here. This is going to clip in. That clips up. This is going to go right here. This once again clips up. And then you can adjust your handlebars too, up and down a little bit to get a little bit more height with this little quick release right there, but I'm not going to do that because it's pretty good for me. And then you just would pull your pedals out on both sides and you'd be good to go. And like I said, it does have the key, and that's basically for the battery on the bottom here. Straight, I believe it's on. Let me check this. Yeah, when it's straight like this, it's on, and if you turn it, it's off. So just to let you know. So then we're going to go to the display here. Very bright display. You can see it in very heavy sunlight. You can see I have a full charge. I have all the bars right here. It does have your speed and then your different modes here. So you have your power button right here. No, I'll shut this off again. You can see the power button right here. You just hold and it will turn on. You can see I have about 9 miles. You can go through, if you hit the button, you can go through your trip meters. I've reset them all. Current, when you're riding, time ride, it has a timer. You can see your different modes here. One thing I want to show you is, so you have a plus and negative right here. See a plus and negative on there? But yes, so you have plus and negative, and then if you hit plus, you're going to go up 1. You're going to have up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 different selections, and that will be the speeds. So on this bike, if you have it in 1, that's going to get you up to 10 miles an hour. 2, about 12, 3, 15, 4, a little bit over 15, and then 5 will produce your highest speed, which is about 20 to 22 miles an hour. I've got it to go. You can go a little bit faster when you're going downhill, of course. One thing to add though is when you're in 1 and then you're pedaling, it does have pedal assist. I can't really show you the sensors on there, but there is sensors on there. When you're just pedaling and you have you're in the mode 1, it will start going on its own. So you have to kind of, and it is kind of intense how quickly it picks up right away. So my only warning on this bike is that if you are riding, be careful when you're turning and pedaling at the same time, because it will give you a little boost. So just be careful. I could see somebody pedaling and doing a 90-degree turn really fast, and it's going to move you. So just be careful with it. It does have an initial start that's pretty up there. Another thing is that if you're in 0 and you hit the throttle, it's not going to do anything. You can see I'm in 0 right now. It's not doing anything. But if I put it in 1, you can see it's starting to work. Okay, so if you're in 0, it's just like a normal bike. You will have to pedal it, and it acts like a normal bike. But once you put it in 1, then it's automatically going to start your pedal assist, and so then your pedal assist goes all the way up to 5, like I said. Also, to go top speed on this bike with the throttle, you have to be all the way up in 5 as well. All right, so just a couple little extra things I want to talk about real quick that I didn't show you. But it does have a couple of other options here on the, you all probably want to know how to turn on the headlight. You just hold the positive button for about 5 seconds, I would say, and then it comes off. You can see there. And then you can also just hold it for another 5 seconds and it shuts off. So it's about 3 seconds and shuts off. One other thing that's kind of interesting that I'd never seen on a bike before is it does have a walk mode. So if you were walking your bike, it's going to physically put it in a cruise control mode where it's walking itself almost. I mean, you have to hold it, but it's going to be in a walk mode where it's going automatically about 4 miles an hour. So you don't actually have to physically push it when you're walking it across the street or something. And to do that, you just hold the negative button. You hold it for about 3 seconds, and I'm going to kind of tilt it up so it doesn't move on me, but you'll see it goes into a walk mode, and it's actually physically moving the bike at about 4 miles an hour there, you see, automatically. And you just hold the button down and it'll continue to go in walk mode. And then when you let go, it releases it. Pretty interesting little thing there. This bike also does have a cruise control, which I haven't quite managed how to do that, but I think if you're holding it on the throttle in one of the modes and you hold it there for enough time, about probably 10 seconds, it will lock that speed and continue to go that speed. And then all you have to do is hit any of the brakes and it will take it out of cruise control. But something to put in there, it does have a cruise control that I was able to get to work one time. But all right, we're back. We're going to go into pros and cons real quick and also talk about the different seat I picked up. I will leave a link for this in the description. It's just a little bit more plush, but basically very, very similar to the seat that it came with. Similar size and everything, was easy to install, but it is a little bit different seat. I also wanted to show you the rear light. I didn't show you, I did say it does light up, and it does. If you're hitting the brakes, it will flash for you. So very, very cool on the light. It does have a reflector in it as well. And the seat actually that I picked up has a reflector, so pretty cool. So to go into pros and cons on this bike, pros for sure. Price point, even at that $500 to $600 price mark, which is basically including shipping, because they're selling this bike for about $439. They're giving it about $100 shipping price. So at that $550 mark or even $600 mark, I still think this is a great bike. 500 watt motor, rear hub, works really good, great build quality, folds all up so it's really easy to take with you anywhere you want, in a trunk or in the backseat of a car or a truck, whatever. Folds up nicely, easy to put back together when you get to where you're at. You saw how quickly I did that. It has pretty good LCD screen where you can see all the functions that you need and more. Pedal assist, cruise control, how that walk mode is pretty interesting. Brakes are okay for the price point. Kickstand, you know, everything you need is there. So great price point, great bike, great build. I really do like it. There is a few negatives on it I would talk about. Like I said, I did replace the seat, and that's just a picky thing. I think everybody's going to do their own thing, so that's kind of a picky one, but the seat wasn't quite perfect for me, so I picked up a different one, but it is still really nice, actually. The brakes on this bike are okay. They're not the best disc brakes. I did have to adjust them because one of my was spinning and it was rubbing just a little bit, so I did have to adjust it a little bit. They're really easy to adjust, no problem. Just one little Allen wrench and a turn and a quick adjustment, and you can get that done really easy. The light bulb on the front is okay, not super bright, but can get you some night riding and get you visible, so that is okay, but just okay in my opinion. So these aren't really super negatives, but more of just that they're okay for the price point of what you're getting. One negative for me that is a negative was the handlebars, the long neck on the front. It's like a mountain bike handlebar with a BMX bike, and so for me it doesn't really match, and it's kind of hard to turn in my opinion because you're really like way out here instead of being able to bring those handlebars down a little bit in that BMX bike feel to, like, you know, pop wheelies or pop it up a little bit before you hit a curb or hit a bump. You want to pull that wheel up a little bit, so it's a little bit different. So it's kind of a hybrid BMX type mountain bike feel that you have to try to get used to. So I took some adjustment, and it's kind of a negative for me. I wish it was a little bit different handlebar setup in my opinion. Controls are easy to work, but really they're pretty simple. It's not much that you need to do, so that is a positive, but there could be some more adjustment on there. You can adjust the speed and get the, I know this bike could probably go a little bit faster than it is, but there's no way that I know of so far to adjust anything with the controls or the LCD screen. So if anybody else knows about adjusting that, let me know. Another negative is the buttons on the bike. I can show this real quick. They are kind of tough to adjust sometimes. Sometimes they get locked in a little bit, and so you have to kind of muscle them. They're all pretty easy to move for the most part, but sometimes I've noticed they get locked in a little bit. So something that's kind of a negative. You might have to muscle those a little bit. I think that is all I got for negatives. Final thoughts on the Isinwheel e-bike U5 is I'm very impressed with it. It is very easy to use. Comes in some great colors, a gold or tan kind of color. Black, this white, I think is impressive. You can take it anywhere, off-road, on-road, trails, and it's going to handle them pretty well. The only thing I said is just kind of get used to it. It does have some torque on initial takeoff, so I wouldn't be pedaling and trying to turn at the same time, just because that's the torque might, you know, throw you down a little bit. And then also when you're throttling, just make sure you kind of go in a straight line. Always wear your safety equipment on these e-bikes or scooters. Be safe on them. Because they can be dangerous. They're going 20 miles an hour on the street, so you kind of have to be careful. So that's probably my biggest thing. Great bike, great price point, easy to use, easy to put together, and covers you all for landscape. Like I said, off-road, on-road, streets, neighborhoods. Has the distance to go a little bit farther with that 35 miles, easy to charge. Doesn't take too long to charge, so a lot of positives on this bike, and I think it's a great value, especially like I said, $500 to $600 compared to my aerial rider, which was thousands of dollars. So great price point. You can pick it up on Amazon. I will leave some links for that. I also leave the links for Walmart as well, but it is a little couple dollars cheaper on Amazon at the moment. So just to put that out there. Other than that, this has been the Isinwheel e-bike U5. I think it's a great bike. I think you should give it a chance. Check it out. I think it's a great value for the summer if you're looking into an e-bike. Very portable, can work for an adult, a teen, you know, a younger kid as well. I would probably say you probably want to be in the 10-year-old or up, but very, very capable to be adjustable as a 20-inch bike. That's what I got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please leave a like or subscribe or share on this video if it was helpful at all. And please just stay tuned for one of my next videos or tutorials. We'll see you really soon with that video. Talk to you later.